Good evening, District 20 dignitaries, presenters, and attendees. Welcome to the fourth webinar by the Club Growth Director team, bringing quality and variety to club meetings. My name is Alina Paul, and I am the moderator for today's webinar. Let me begin by reading our district mission. We build new clubs and support all clubs in achieving excellence. As per the agenda, let me introduce the District 20 Director, our very own superwoman, DTM Wafa Salman, to give her address. Let me now introduce the Club Growth Director, the Lady of the Hour, DTM Alka Kumra, to give us the introduction to the webinar.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
All right, we have our District Director, District 20 Director, DTM Wafa Salman, introduce you to give you our message.
Thank you, Elena, and good evening, members of District 20 and any Toastmasters if we have guests. Webinars is something that is an education while we are relaxing at home. Today, I'm looking forward to such an amazing webinar. All our clubs can be strong if we have a strong meeting, and all our guests will get back to the club if there is a strong meeting. So today we will listen a lot of ideas how we can make our club strong and how we will enjoy our membership and increase membership. Thank you, CGD, for having such a webinar, and I'm looking forward to amazing three presenter in both languages. Thank you very much, and back to you, moderator Elena.
Thank you so much, Didi, for that inspiring message. Let me now introduce the Club Growth Director, DTM Alka Kumra, to give us the introduction to the webinar.
Good evening, all attendees from District 20 and elsewhere to this webinar number 4 from the Club Growth team. This webinar is on bringing quality and variety to the meetings. And we have 3 dynamic presenters today. That is DTM Jahangir Khan, who will talk about the quality in club meetings. We have Toastmaster Alan Paul, who will talk about the variety in the meetings. And we have Toastmaster Ahmad Fawzy, who will talk about all of this for the Arabic members of our district. It's very important that we have a good quality and variety in our meetings if we want to retain our current members and we want to add new members. As Ralph C. Smedley said, we learn best in the moments of enjoyment. That's why it's really important that we have a professional approach to our meetings and we have variety and fun in our meetings so that members feel like they are part of that family that we call our extended family that we call as our Toastmasters clubs. So with this, I will hand it over back to our lovely moderator for the day, Toastmaster Alina Paul, who is a young, dynamic Vice President, Public Relations of Desert Pioneers Toastmasters Club. And also, she's an assistant to our Public Relations Manager, DTM Ahmad. So over to you, Toastmaster Alina.
Thank you so much, CGD, always giving us a precise and clear message. All right, let me now call our first presenter. He is the Division C Director and one of the most enthusiastic and young Toastmaster in our district. Let me introduce DTM Jahangir Khan who will be giving us a presentation on quality in club meetings. Over to you, Jahangir.
Thank you, moderator. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. So first of all, thank you to something which is required. The webinar is going to be very useful. I'll be sharing some of my experience which I had in Toastmasters for over 14 years regarding the quality in club meetings. Now, I'm that person who believes that quality is more important than quantity. I know CGD might not agree to some extent, but as she said herself, if we have a quality in our meetings, not just we will retain the members, we will also get members. So it is extremely important to have quality meetings in our clubs. What I'll be speaking about today, number one, what makes a successful meeting? And then I'll be talking about the role ownership, meeting preparation, the most important thing, moments of truth, some of the questions which are there and how we can answer those questions, and then some tips and tricks from my side, what I have experienced and what I have to say for you. Number one, what makes a successful meeting? What makes a meeting a successful one? Now, it's a proven fact that two things need to occur to have a successful meeting, and these include number one, members are supposed to take ownership of the roles, no matter what role they are taking, whether being a club officers or the role players in the meeting. They have to take the ownership for that. Meetings have to be prepared. Whatever the agenda is, it should be prepared in advance to make a meeting successful. Role ownership, there are two ways. Assignment to the members. The VP Education assigns role players for the meeting. He or she assigns the master and the accounter, all the role players, and the members volunteering. Now, I'm of a favor that the members should volunteer themselves, and this is something which I practice in the Cable Club. I'm the moderator and the counselor at. Why the members should volunteer? We should have such a culture in a meeting that the members are interested to take the roles in the upcoming meeting. Now, back in 2010, when I finished my Gables Club and I joined Bahrain Advanced Toastmasters, that was the first Toastmasters club I joined. We used to sign for our roles 1 year advance. The VP Education, the elected VP Education, used to send us an email with an Excel sheet, and everyone, depending on their traveling plan, their other plans, they write down what roles they want to take in the month of January, in the month of March, in the month of September. And I used to be really happy, and it used to make me feel really good. There used to be only 1 or 2 changes in the meeting agenda, which was prepared a year in advance. In all the cases, no matter if you volunteer or you are assigned for the role, you need to take an ownership of the role which you are taking in. The golden rule of ownership, you consider it, we need to make it mandatory. This is something which we practice in our club, my Bahrain Lead Speakers Toastmasters Club, that if someone is backing out, no matter what, they have to prepare a replacement for their meeting role in the event of any emergency. So for example, I cannot make it to the next meeting. I am responsible to get someone in place for me. If I'm a club officer, if I'm a master of the ceremonies, if I'm an evaluator, I have to prepare a backup for me in that meeting itself. Now, meeting preparation is very important. Once again, two ways. The VP Education prepares the whole meeting. The theme is selected by the VP Education. It's always good that the master of the ceremonies is the person who prepares for the meeting. So in that way, they will be doing justice to the role which they are taking, which is very important, and that is master of the ceremonies for that evening. The master of the ceremonies must get the introductions from the role players. The master of the ceremonies must follow with the VP education regarding the roles, but everything must be done by the master of ceremonies for that evening. Now, the golden rule of preparation is meeting must be prepared in advance, 1 week. That is minimum. It is difficult, but it's not impossible. If your agenda 1 week in advance, that's perfect. Now, in my home club, I'll be giving an examples of the things which we do in our home club, and then later on, I'll be talking about the things which I have seen in different clubs as well. So in our club, we have a timeline. The first Saturday after our meeting is done, we have the VP education must share in the XCOM that this is the agenda. And later on, the master of the ceremonies takes the lead from there the next week and prepares for their assignment. Now, there's one thing which I have seen in one of the Toastmasters club, not in Bahrain, when I was doing my research. There is a position called hot seat. One of the Toastmaster from the club should be ready all the time for one meeting on a hot seat, preferably one senior Toastmaster. What the hot seat mean is that the hot seat person will fill up the position if there is one back out. For example, a speaker backs out, the hot seat person should be ready as a speaker. In our club, our immediate past district director, DDM Khurram Salman, is always on the hot seat for many things. So this is something which we have there. If Khurram is busy, Khurram is having another assignment, someone else is ready with the hot seat. That person is ready to be the grammarian or the speaker or even the general evaluator. So having a hot seat really helps. In the end, for that, running a great club meeting is about common sense and highest delivery of ordinary skills. This is a quote I found, and it's beautifully said that the secret of success is to do the common things uncommonly well. Now, how to do that? I'll be answering the questions. It's sad, but we from the district leadership, we have been trying to have moments of practice in the beginning of the year in all the clubs. In Bahrain itself, I believe I know only 3 to 4 clubs which practice truth, and I really appreciate them. One of the clubs is Indian Club. Another one, if I'm not mistaken, Angels Toastmasters Club, they practice it as well. So it's always good to have moments of truth in order to see where do we stand, where we want to go, and how we can go to that point. The first impression, the most important, the first impression is the last impression, as they say. What is your club like? The first time visitors. The guest needs to be welcomed. The friendly environment of Toastmasters branding should be there. I'm attending a Toastmasters meeting for the very first time. I'm coming there with open mind, with no idea about many things. My first impression, me representing a Toastmaster, the brand of Toastmasters should be shown in the best way possible in our club meetings. So we need to be careful with that. Having a welcome table. I will be mentioning the club. In a club, one of the clubs I have visited, they have a welcome table. It's beautiful. As soon as you enter the room, there is a person assigned who's sitting over there, welcoming the guest, giving the magazine, giving the booklet or invitation pack, things like these, introducing the club 20 minutes to 30 minutes before the meeting starts. And having a committee, this is a new thing which I introduced when I was a VP membership in my home club. So what I used to have is, along with me as a VP membership, I used to assign 4 other Toastmasters, and they used to have this role that if there is any guest in the meeting, they will go and speak to that person. What happens in the break time when the guests enter the meeting? After that, they go in the break time, we all get busy with our role players, with our roles, or talking to other Toastmasters. Many a times we miss out on the guests. So I used to assign 4 people, and these 4 people used to go and talk to the guest without them realizing that they are being assigned. Like, the guests are not aware of this person is coming with prior assignment. So having 4 members has been there in our Bahraini lead speakers, Toastmasters Club, and it has helped us in many ways. So these are two things which we can do. You should be asking guests for the feedbacks. Not many clubs practice that because of the time constraint, but it is always good for a guest to speak a minute or two in the beginning or towards the later stage in a verbal way or a written way. You can ask them to write their feedbacks, but if you send an email, you get their details. That's one way, or giving them a small piece of paper for their suggestions. A light Bahrain communicators is having this thing like a small chips they provide to the guests for them to write down their feedbacks about the meeting, and it really helps for a club to know how they can improve. Introducing the guests when they arrive is very important. Now, for example, the president is delivering the address and the guests are coming. No matter what role is going through, the master of the ceremonies or the president is there on the stage. They should stop for a second, like after the speech is delivered, after the role is introduced, they should introduce the guests. They should feel welcome, not leaving them at the end, reason being they arrived in the middle. We want them to join our Toastmasters Club, so whenever there is a time, the next possible time, you should be introducing the guest in the meeting. Always make the guest sit to an experienced member. Why? Because if there is 30 seconds of silence after the speech, or there is any small, if there is a time frame, the senior member will introduce the Toastmaster and the agenda to the guest. Many times I've seen that the guests are lost, they're sitting behind, they have no idea what's happening in the meeting. After 2 hours, months, if they're not enjoying, they don't know what's happening, they might not feel to join the club. So if they know what is happening in the meeting while it's going on, it will really help the club. Membership orientation. Once you have a new member, how do you look after them? Very important thing. Should be having an orientation pack. Induction ceremony should take place. The VP membership should tell the new member to be how the induction ceremony will take place. Appointment of a mentor is there. Having a separate orientation meeting every quarter. We used to have, we didn't have yet, but this is something which we practice in our club as well, that having a orientation meeting for the new joinees every quarter. So we used to make them come to one of the house or a meeting place and explain to them what is going to happen next. If the contest period is coming, how it is done. We used to have this thing, and this is a very important thing for the members to have an orientation meeting, a new members. Contacting non-members. There are members who are not attending due to various reasons, or ill, or having some family issues. Later on, they are ready to join back, but they are waiting for your call or your message to check on that. So as a VP membership, as the president, you should reach out to them why they are not attending still. They asked you to be inactive for 2 months. Now it's been 4 months. Your call will make a difference. And me as a VP membership, I got like 5 to 7 members back to the club. Reason being a call to be made, asking for them, and boom, they came back to the club. So checking on the members who are not attending the meetings is very important. We need to introduce the distinguished club program, because end of the day, as a district, as a Toastmaster club, we need our members to know, we need the goals to be achieved, so we need to make sure that we slowly introduce them to the distinguished club program and the educational program of the meeting. We need to introduce to them the duties of bringing new guests, the role players, and even the officers' roles for the future. How to keep meetings interesting and enjoyable, very important. And my brother Alan will be talking about that regarding the variety, but I'll be just points. Having refreshments available. We need to vary the meetings conducted. We need to go out to the other clubs to have a look. I personally look into one of the clubs, and I'm really happy to see two of the people presenters over here representing that club, and that is Desert Pioneer. I do follow them. They have an excellent PR, and I really enjoy and learn a lot from them, even though they are in Kuwait. But without reaching out to the club meetings. I haven't attended, but I do follow, and I really commend them for the variety they have in their meetings. So there should be a variety. You need to grab an idea from the other clubs, ask them that I want to practice that in our club, and it would be perfect. Over here, I would like to give you one suggestion or one idea which I never saw anywhere else, and that is practiced in Allied Bahrain Communicator Toastmasters Club in Division C. And what do they have? They have divided the club into 4 teams, the 4 core values of Toastmasters International. So there is a team for integrity. There are 6 members, and then they have 6 members for the other core value, another 6 members for another core value, and competition within themselves. The best speaker, the best role player, and they compete within themselves in order to achieve goals of the clubs and in order for them to learn and participate more and more. So this is one thing which I saw this year, and it's really good. We need to promote our meetings in-house, have team meetings. Alan will be talking about that. Events. Now we'll be having Christmas coming up. We have Ramadan. We have National Day of Bahrain coming up. Desert camp. The winter season is here, and we do have meetings in our desert camp in West. We are having desert camp meeting for the last 5 years, and we will be having it once again. So having such meetings really brings variety to the club. I would like to give this example. I know it's very tricky, but one of the finest clubs, I would say, and I was a member of when it was started back in 2014, Young Adult from Division C. They have this culture right after every meeting. They go for dinner, they go for a call for half. It can be an hour, but they do go every single meeting. Right? They get members, the bonding with the current members and the future members get stronger from the very first day. So if I'm a guest over there, they will invite me for the dinner, they'll invite me to the foods, they'll invite me for the coffee, they'll be, and it really helps. It's a very different thing, but helping them over the years. How are the meetings organized? Agenda to be distributed in advance. Members should know their roles. Speeches must be prepared and objectives are to be met. Mentors and mentee meetings. Very, very important. The mentor's role is not over after the first or 2 meetings. You need to have a regular meeting with your mentee. This is something which I really encourage it to all the clubs. They should sit with their mentees. They should help their mentees achieve their goals. In that way, they will be achieving their goals as well. So it's very important for them to have a mentor-mentee meeting. The VP education, the backbone of the club, should know their role and they should follow up with their members regularly. Forward planning the matching members' goals, members' commitment, membership strength. So if the member adhere to the Toastmaster International values, integrity, respect, service, and excellence, members need to attend the area and division events to support and may even attend district conference and international conventions. So we need to encourage our members from the beginning itself to attend the club contest, the area contest, the club initiatives, the area division initiative, in order for them to be part of Toastmasters from the very beginning itself. Members to know about the Distinguished Club program. Most members attend most meetings and visit other clubs as well. Achievement recognition. I cannot stress more on that. This thing, every Toastmaster, whether we agree or not, we need a recognition in the form of a certificate, in a form of a recognition on social media, in a form of a ribbon, memento, but we need a recognition. In our club, we do recognize members for many things through social media by presenting them a card. I remember our club champion Toastmaster Kamal Shahabi when he was traveling to the United States of America. I had around 15 members from the club. We went to the airport with a card wishing him best of luck, and that did a difference in his performance. And I saw the happiness on his face, and not when they're leaving. for something. But even when they're back, we were there to welcome our champion back. So you need to celebrate the birthdays, the graduation, the promotion, the birth of a baby, the marriage. Oh, I have already received flowers bouquet because I'm getting married very soon from different clubs. They invite me to their wedding.
Toastmaster
These are
Jani,
small gestures
you
the
have
clubs are doing. Yes,
Toastmaster
please.
Jani, you have an extra 2 minutes to wrap up with your presentation. Thank you.
Okay, so there are some tips and tricks. You need to commit to meet, very important. You shouldn't be canceling your meeting. Watch the clock. The timing is very important. You need to start and finish on time. Capture it on video. Not many clubs do that. It's always very important that if you're recording the presentation, the speeches, and putting on your YouTube channel, I'm really happy to say over the 5 years in Best, we are doing that. And it really helps for the members to have a look into that. Follow up the agenda, spice things up with creative meeting themes, balancing truth and kindness. You need to give the suggestions and the evaluations which will help the members learn to improvise. If there are any changes at the last minute, as the master of the ceremony, as the leader, as the president, you need to improvise. You need to meet and greet your guests. Take care of the business session, very important. Invite outside speakers and role players. Alina just asked one site which I would like to mention. The practical examples from the District 20. I was talking about the guest table. Sanabis Toastmaster Club is having for years now the guest table for every meeting. Young adult Toastmasters dinner and catch up after every meeting. Quiz challenges. They do outdoor contest practice meeting. Desert Pioneer, one of the favorites for everyone. Their team meetings. Bahrain Elite Speakers Toastmasters Club, they upload the videos and they have the feedback envelopes for their speakers, the role players in every meeting. In summary, it is very important that you conduct successful meeting. People join clubs that are organized. Existing members stay at clubs that conduct fun but professional meeting. Focus on preparation and establish role ownership in your clubs, and your meetings will rise to the next level of effectiveness. Remember, quality club meetings make quality club members. It cannot be said any way better than this. You need to have quality club meetings in order to get quality members in order for your club to be the standout. Thank you.
Thank you, DTM Jahangir, for that informative presentation. I believe you've covered all the points that is required that we need to practice to have a quality meeting. Thank you very, very much for that. Questions will be answered by the presenters at the end of the webinar. There will be a Q&A session that is open to all. Our next presenter is also an enthusiastic and young Toastmaster from Kuwait. Giving his presentation on variety in meetings, let me introduce the Area 30 Director, Toastmaster Alan Paul.
Thank you, Alina. Hi, District 20. This is your Area 30 Director, Alan Paul. And thank you, Johnny, for that wonderful presentation. I think one of my favorites were the tips and tricks. We got to know a lot about the different practices that are being followed by clubs that have successfully been implemented. I would like to thank and appreciate CGD Alka for giving me an opportunity to present on one of the most important elements to attract members in our meetings, that is, to add variety in our club meetings. Today, I'll be talking on what is a themed meeting or a thematic meeting that people keep talking about, the different types of theme meetings, with examples, of course, and about the Toastmaster of the day and how they or he or she can execute a successful theme meeting. So, what exactly is a theme meeting? Every Toastmasters meeting has a theme. A theme is selected by the Toastmaster of the day, and this sets the tone for the entire meeting. So, how do we set a tone for the theme? In any major event or celebration, there is a theme. Like Johnny said, if it's a Christmas that is coming up, we decorate the place, we make it lively. Or if it was Diwali, we decorate and celebrate it with lights. If it's Eid, the smell of biryani, the lively atmosphere, and the exchanging of sweets and gifts. You always know when there is a when there is an event by looking at the tone of the place, of the celebration, because the tone is what sets the theme. So why can't we do the same for a Toastmasters meeting? And most importantly, why do we need to have a team meeting? See, this helps us connect with different segments of the audience. Some may like creating awareness in the society, or some may just want to have fun that appeals more to the younger crowd. This way, we can keep everyone involved. This gives an opportunity for harmony and team building because we all come together, we plan the execution of the meeting, and that's a major element as we plan to execute the meetings better. Today, I'm going to talk about three different types of meetings. First one is the educational meeting. Education is something when we want to learn something from a meeting or want to create an awareness. For example, if you want to learn more about table topics, evaluation, or humorous, we can have an educational meeting about it. Or the club best practices, if you want to follow something, we can have a meeting about that. Or even about pathways or DTAC, for example, or anything. If you want to create any awareness, these meetings fall under the educational meeting categories. I'm going to go through a few examples of educational meetings. First one would be if someone wants to improve their humorous speeches. What is the first thing that you would like to do? You would first like to know about humor and how to implement that in your speeches, right? So, in my home club, we had a team meeting for humorous to improve our humorous speeches. So we invited one of the district finalists or the district champion to give us a humorous speech workshop. After that, instead of table topics, we had prepared humorous speeches for 3 minutes and we call them stand ups. It's not the actual stand ups, but it was humorous speeches. So every speaker had to deliver a speech for 3 minutes. It was the first time that many of us delivered a humorous speech, that too for 3 minutes. It may the stand-up segment, even though the meeting was successful, the stand-up quality we realized that we have a lot to improve because that was our first time doing something humorous. It was the first time we were delivering a humorous speech to the audience. So, say for example, I was one of the stand-up comedians. I might have failed a little. I was not able to deliver it the way I wanted to, the way I imagined it. But with every failure, you always learn something, right? So the people who had participated with us, when they went over to the when the club contest came, we came up on the top three because we learned from our mistakes. So this was a great experience for us. And if anyone wants to improve their humorous speech, they can try something similar so that they can experience it before they go to the contest level. Now, parliamentary procedures are something that can be a little confusing for all of us. So, what we thought is, why don't we put it into practice? We had another team meeting called the Parliament, where the entire meeting was in a parliament style, where we had motions being raised, and we had Dr. Maklou, who came as a parliamentarian, who was guiding us throughout the meeting about how the motions are and how to raise the motions. So this way, everyone got an idea because before this meeting, we never followed parliamentary procedures. This was something that was completely new for us. But after this meeting, we got an idea. We knew how to do it. So now parliamentary procedures are practiced in our club. So if you want to implement parliamentary procedures and if you want to make it fun, you can have a team meeting about it. Or anything, or if you want to create an awareness, the next one is about creating awareness. One of the clubs wanted to create awareness about cancer. So they had this billboards kept with the pink symbolizing about the cancer, and how we they had a cutout about the Instagram layout where everyone could take pictures of it. This was quite fun. The one and another Toastmaster, I think she is quite famous, DTM Shilpa, who is known for her plants. She loves gardening, right? So we planned a team meeting based on gardening, and we also mentioned that every guest who comes will get a free plant. This was quite interesting, and it got a lot of attention because the presentation or what she was talking about was very insightful and unique for a lot of people in Kuwait. So we had a lot of guests pouring in, and a meeting as such, we were not prepared for the amount of guests that were coming in. So we could have managed it better, but it was all an experience, right? We had a lot of fun in the meeting. We all got free plans. We tried her tips and tricks. And the best part about that meeting was that KTV2 news reporters had also come to cover about the event. So if you want to create awareness, you may never know. You may have something that is your skill that you don't want to portray it outside. But why don't you have it as a theme? Because in Toastmasters, in a supportive environment like Toastmasters, you have people who can implement this and make it big. And you can even be the superstar for your unique ability. It can be gardening, it can be raising awareness about cancer, or it can be about recycling, anything for that matter. If you have a passion and you want a platform to implement it, you can do it here in Toastmasters in style. The next type of meeting is known as the celebratory meetings, one of my favorite meetings. What are the moments that we celebrate? We celebrate our anniversaries, we celebrate our birthdays. Similarly, we celebrate occasions in Toastmasters as well. Talking about birthdays, if you have your 50th, 100th, or 150th, any meeting coming up, you can always celebrate it in style. For our 350th meeting, we invited all the dignitaries and the past members and past dignitaries of the club. This way, many of them showed up because we had invited them personally to come back to the club. Some of the members even joined back to the club, seeing the energy that was there. They felt like, okay, they got reminded of all the memories in the club. We played back some old memories of the club and what it had accomplished and where it is right now, where it wants to go in the future. We had games, we had good food. So celebratory meetings add that enthusiasm and excitement. Children's Day can also be celebrated. When we celebrated Children's Day, we told all the Toastmasters to bring their kids because kids are usually not, they do not come for a Toastmaster meeting. They get reckless, and it's quite hard. It can distract the speakers as well. But for one specific meeting, that is Children's Day, we told them to come with their kids, and they were even participating in table topics. So this way, even the members who always wanted to bring their kids to Toastmasters could experience a Toastmaster meeting. We can even celebrate Women's Day. We had occasion celebrating Women's Day. One of our meetings was on the exact same day as a holiday. I can see many of the clubs saying that, oh, they are not going to conduct a meeting today because it is a public holiday. But why don't you celebrate that public holiday during the Toastmasters meeting? We celebrated Liberation Day of Kuwait in style. We had a theme. We drew the flag on our faces. We came dressed accordingly. It was a lot of fun. Recently, Toastmasters turned 95, so this was an occasion for us to celebrate. We recreated some old Toastmasters photos. More than, I mean, these photos may look fun, but what happened behind the scenes was even more fun. To recreate them, Even you can see us that we are all looking serious, but it took a lot of retakes because we were just laughing and having fun during these retakes. So it creates that bond and harmony with everyone whenever we do things like this. This meeting was even featured on on Arab Times, and sorry, yes. Even if you're celebrating your president distinguished or any award, you can celebrate it with the cake with your Toastmasters members as well, because every milestone in your club should be celebrated, should be people should feel that they have accomplished. Members should feel that they have contributed to the success of the club as well. So celebrating accomplishments is very important. We had a Pioneer Awards night where we celebrated an awards night in style. Now, this was for the members who have contributed a lot to the club. There are many awards like, say, if a member is very unique and creative in whatever role that they take, or if they're really good at writing or designing posters, and they're not part of the XCOM, but still they give their heart and effort to the club, we feel like they should be recognized. So we had a Pioneer Awards night to recognize these champions, these members who have contributed to the growth of the club. So having an awards night can be a great idea. We can invite some dignitaries as well so that they can present it. So it feels really good. And I would like to thank Wafa, Alka, Nasima, who had come and taken part in this Pioneer Awards night. It was a very successful and exciting meeting. We had background music for all the role players. We had nominations going on, just like just exactly like an awards night. Like these are the nominations, and the winner is so and so. My third and my favorite is just plain fun meetings. What do you mean? What do I mean by just plain fun meetings? I mean, we talked about creating awareness, we talked about celebratory meetings, but what is this just plain fun meetings? One of our first thematic meetings was the superhero meeting. Here, we didn't have any purpose. All we wanted to do was have fun. So everyone came dressed in their favorite superhero costumes and made the meeting very lively. Even the role players were unique and creative in their roles. Like the timer was telling that I am the timer, I have the power to control time. So these things add a little variety and fun element to the meetings as well. It was fun. We also had an award for the best costume. So this way, everyone proactively came dressed to be the winner of that. Basically, we just wanted to have fun. Another meeting that we had was the mafia meeting, where everyone came dressed up like gangsters. Similar to a superhero theme meeting where everyone came dressed as superheroes or supervillains, here we came dressed like gangsters. Some like revisiting old times. We have a meeting where we revisited the 80s. As we speak, I know another club that is having a theme meeting called Back to the 90s, where they're dressed up like they are in the 90s. So if you want to revisit some old times or see how it is, you can always have a theme meeting revolving the 80s, 70s, 60s, or even the 90s. Another club had celebrated sports day where everyone wore sports gears. They brought their favorite football gear, their favorite ball, bat, or whatever, and they talked about why they are passionate about it. After this meeting, I know that many got to realize that they are so passionate about football or about sports that they even planned a club picnic later on to play badminton in the park. So this way it created that team spirit and harmony among the club members. This was another club meeting where there was a crime scene where a gavel was missing. So the whole meeting room was designed like a crime scene where we had the Toastmaster of the day who was investigating what happened with role players and giving clues to people. Even though the meetings happened as it is, there were speakers. Every speaker, every evaluator was interviewed, and it created fun. It was like solving a puzzle, and puzzles were given to the audience to get a response back from there. So everyone felt involved. They felt like they are all contributing to the success of this meeting. We recently had Halloween, where many of the clubs celebrated by wearing scary costumes. I know that there were three clubs who planned a joint meeting, three clubs from various areas and divisions as well. Apart from that, this is all within the club. We can always go beyond the club, that is going outdoors, just like what I told you about a club picnic that a club had done. uh, we had planned a walkathon. Now this is not like the major walkathons that these banks or corporates hold. This is just a small walkathon to promote health, wellness, and team spirit. We were glad to have our immediate past district director Kuram, of who came from Bahrain for this walkathon. It was fun. Everyone just walked, and it was after that day we got this enthusiasm to keep walking, and the effort that went into such an event was phenomenal because we learned a lot of things. One of our members took this up as her HPL, and she got to experience a lot. She used to go for walks on a daily, but after this event, she always used to tell me like, I am so glad. I always used to think, what if I organize a walkathon? And I'm glad that Toastmasters has provided me an opportunity to execute my plans. So what she had was a supportive team to implement her ideas. Apart from that, we had our club picnic with barbecue near to a poolside, where we also told the families to come. This way, the members got to see other families. We had games, we had a lot of food. Everyone felt really happy. We had some members who were not active in the club also, but once they saw the club picnic, they had come. They felt like, okay, I'm missing out on it. So there may be some members who may be planning to quit Toastmasters, but seeing the fun and the energy and where they feel like they will learn a lot, they will always want to come and be a part of a team that supports one another. Apart from just club level activities, we had a combined club level activity. Like I know today there were two clubs who met together to improve on table topics. Similarly, apart from that, we can also play games. Here we had a football match between two of the clubs. It was a very friendly match and it was not just two clubs. We had Toastmasters from around Kuwait coming to play football. It was just having fun, and it was not just the guys who were playing. Even the ladies joined to have fun. I know that Bahrain is also planning a football match. I think it's coming up in the upcoming weeks. Recently, there was a recycle challenge by one of the members who took it up as her HPL challenge, as her HPL, where she gave the importance of recycling in a team meeting in the club. After that, she took it outside, and there were many guests also who joined the cause to support this event. So these kind of challenges, you always need to understand what your club members want to do. Understanding them is important, and giving them ideas and the motivation to go further with their plans is very important as well. So what
Toastmaster
makes
Alan Paul, you have another
really
2 minutes where you can wrap up your
okay? Wow.
presentation. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Alina. Thank you, Alina. So, like I said, the Toastmaster of the day is the main star behind any of the meeting to be successful. And what we can do as the XCOM is to provide our wholehearted support. Whenever a Toastmaster of the Day wants to take up a theme, the XCOM members will always provide their support to come up to ask the Toastmaster of the Day what they have in mind. And we also bring in members who would want to contribute to the cause. This will be like their mini HPL. And during this time, we also need to make sure that everyone is having fun. As I said earlier, this will be for the many segments of the audience. So knowing their interest is important as well, because some of them might not have fun for the cause, but seeing the excitement, they may be part of the fun. I got to know, like I told you about recycling challenge. I didn't know about recycling. I was not interested in it, but once I joined the team and got to know about recycling, I felt like I should be a part of it because I felt I was contributing to it. I got to learn a lot during that meeting. To reiterate what my brother Johnny was talking about, quality club meetings make quality club members. Variety in club meetings makes the meetings memorable because every team meeting that I had till date, every team meeting that I have attended till date is a great memory that I can always cherish. With that, I'd like to hand over back to the moderator, Toastmaster Alina Paul.
Thank you, Toastmaster Alan, for that exciting presentation. As you always tell us, we always learn during moments of fun. The presentations will be uploaded on the webinar as handouts. The attendees can go to the handout section or the tab that you see on the left and download them before the webinar ends. And again, questions will be answered by the presenters at the end of the webinar during the Q&A session. All right, now we will have our last presenter for the day. He was the Area 27 Director in the last term and is currently the VP Education of Al Dana Club, giving us his presentation in Arabic on quality and variety meeting. Let me introduce Toastmaster Ahmad Fawzy.
Thank you, Alina. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. أعزائي أعضاء التوست ماسترز، مساكم الله بالخير. حنتكلم اليوم عن الجودة والتنوع في اجتماعات النادي. طبعا مهم جدا إن احنا نحافظ على جودة وتنوع في اجتماعات النادي، لأن هي من أهم العوامل للحفاظ على الأعضاء الحاليين واستقطاب أعضاء جدد. بداية هنتكلم عن إيه اللي يمكن يخلي الاجتماع التوستماستري اجتماع ناجح؟ عندي عدة عوامل هتكلم عنهم. العامل الأول هو الالتزام بالأدوار، ثم الإعداد المسبق للاجتماع، لحظات الصدق، نصائح وإرشادات. هنتكلم على كل نقطة من دول بالتفصيل خلال العرض التالي. وطبعا العرض الموجود أمامكم ده موجود أيضا على الويبينار، تقدر إن أنت تعمل له داونلود في أي وقت خلال وقت أو فترة عرض الويبينار. ما الذي يجعل الاجتماع ناجحا؟ نبدأ في أول عامل. حقيقة مثبتة أنه لابد من وجود شيئين للحصول على اجتماع ناجح، وهما أولا على الأعضاء الالتزام بأدوارهم، وثاني عامل اللي هو الإعداد المسبق للاجتماع. طيب إزاي ممكن يكون على الأعضاء الالتزام بأدوارهم؟ يعني إزاي ممكن يلتزم العضو بدوره؟ هنشوف. بداية عشان الالتزام بالأدوار بيكون حجز الأدوار في الاجتماع طريقتين. الطريقة الأولى هو تكليف أحد الأعضاء بالدور، معناها أن يقوم تعليمية النادي القائم بإعداد الأجندة أن هو يكلف أحد الأعضاء: أنت مكلف بالدور كذا. الحالة دي أحيانا بيكون عضو منضم إلى النادي حديثا، لسه ما عندهوش الخبرة الكافية وما عندهوش الرؤية الواضحة إن هو يختار دور معين، وشايف طبعا طبقا لخطة نائب الرئيس للشؤون التعليمية بيرشح الدور ده للعضو وده، فده بيكون عن طريق التكليف. الطريقة الأخرى بيكون تطوع أحد الأعضاء للقيام بالدور، اللي هو في حجز أدوار الأجندة. يقوم عضو ما ويقول: لو سمحت أنا عايز أقوم بدور الميقاتي مثلا في الاجتماع القادم. أيا كانت طريقة حجز الدور، سواء كان تكليف أو تطوع، على العضو أن يلتزم بالدور. التزامه بالدور بمعنى الإعداد المسبق للدور، التأهيل والتدريب لهذا الدور، إعطاء الدور حقه. وفي قاعدة ذهبية في هذا الالتزام، أنه هو في حالة حدوث طارئ لا قدر الله لأي سبب من الأسباب يضطر العضو إلى الاعتذار عن القيام بدوره، يبقى لازم من البداية يحط في حسبانه أن هو يوفر البديل اللي يقوم بهذا الدور، لأنه طبعا هيبقى حمل كبير على تعليمية النادي وعلى عريف الاجتماع أنه هو يوفر بدائل لكل الناس اللي ممكن تعتذر خلال الاجتماع. عشان كده لازم كل عضو ملتزم بدوره، يا إما أن هو يؤدي الدور أو يوفر البديل القادر على أداء هذا الدور. ده بالنسبة لالتزام الأعضاء بأدوارهم. أما بالنسبة للإعداد المسبق للاجتماع، هنقسم مسؤوليته إلى قسمين: إما نائب الرئيس للشؤون التعليمية أو عريف الاجتماع، وكل واحد ليه دور. الدور الأول دور نائب الرئيس للشؤون التعليمية، وده إعداد ما قبل الاجتماع اللي هو إعداد الأجندة نفسها. والدور الثاني بيكون عريف الاجتماع اللي بيقوم بإدارة تبادل الأدوار في خلال الاجتماع نفسه وتنفيذ الأجندة نفسها زي ما حنشوف بالتفصيل. وعندي قاعدة ذهبية: يجب التخطيط للاجتماع بشكل مسبق قبل الاجتماع بأسبوع على الأقل، مع اختيار العضو الجوكر. طبعا من المريح لتعليمية النادي ولعريف الاجتماع ولكل من له دور في أجندة الاجتماع أن يكون في تخطيط مسبق، يعني أجندة الاجتماع تكون جاهزة قبلها بأسبوع على الأقل. بأسبوع يتم الإعلان عن الأجندة وحجز الأدوار وإعلانها والاستعداد لها، بحيث خلال هذا الأسبوع لو في أي تغيير أي طارئ يكون في الوقت الكافي للاستعداد للحل البديل. بالنسبة لاختيار العضو الجوكر، العضو الجوكر ده مسمى عضو من أعضاء النادي، ممكن يكون من الأعضاء اللي لهم خبرة، عضو قديم بالنادي وملهوش دور معين في الأجندة. بنطلب منه أن هو يكون يعني في حالة الاستعداد أن هو يسد أي ثغرة، أي طارئ يحصل في الأجندة، أحد اعتذر عن دوره لأي سبب من الأسباب، يكون عندي البديل القادر على سد هذا الدور. ننتقل إلى الفقرة اللي بعدها اللي هي لحظات الصدق. بداية نتكلم على الانطباعات الأولى. كيف يبدو ناديك لزائر لأول مرة؟ يعني ضيف زارك لأول مرة، إزاي حيكون شكل النادي في أعينه؟ الإجابة عن السؤال ده إحنا أعضاء النادي اللي بنحددها بمجموعة من الأفعال اللي بنقوم بها عشان نستقبل هذا الزائر. أولا الترحيب بالضيوف وتهيئة الجو المناسب لاستقبالهم. طبعا ضيف يحضر لأول مرة لازم هيكون حاس بالغربة، لازم أستقبله استقبال يليق به وهيئ جو مناسب لاستقباله، أقعده في مكان مناسب ووفر له المعلومات الكافية إنه هو يكون متابع معنا طول فترة الاجتماع. أيضا توفير طاولة ترحيب بالضيوف، تسجيل أسمائهم، بيانات التواصل معهم عن طريق لجنة الاستقبال المكونة من طبعا بيكون مسؤول عنها نائب رئيس للعلاقات العامة. في نهاية الاجتماع بنسأل عن رأي الضيوف، بنسألهم شفويا لو حاب إن هو يجاوب شفويا. أحيانا بعض الضيوف بيكون عنده حرج إن هو يتكلم، برضو ممكن أسمح له إن هو كتابيا أو عن طريق الإيميل إن يقول رأيه في هذا الاجتماع. ولو حب أيضا إن هو يطلع على المنصة ويتكلم برضو من حين يكون كسر للجمود، ممكن أسمح له إن هو يصعد على المنصة. التعريف بالضيوف لحظة وصولهم، أحيانا في بين الفقرات يصل بعض الضيوف بطلب منهم تعريف أنفسهم وأعرفهم بالموجودين. ومن المهم أن أنا أحافظ على الهوية التوستماسترية. من ضمن الحفاظ على الهوية التوستماسترية القاعة اللي أنا موجود فيها، اللي أقمت فيها اجتماعي، القاعة عالم النادي موجود، أوراق التقييم عليها شعار التوست ماسترز، عليها اسم النادي، متبع الإجراءات البرلمانية بتاعتي، في تسليم وتسلم للأدوار في المنصة. كل ده من الحفاظ على الهوية التوستماسترية اللي أحاول إن أنا أحافظ عليها. وفي النهاية توجيه الضيوف للتحدث مع أعضاء ذوي خبرة ودعوتهم للانضمام دايما في خلال فترة البريك مثلا، أو في نهاية الاجتماع. بطلب من الأعضاء اللي عندهم خبرة في التوست ماسترز إن هم يستقبلوا الضيوف، يتحدث معه، يدوا له نبذة سريعة عن اجتماعاتنا وعن أندينا وعن التوست ماستر بشكل عام. وممكن في نهاية الاجتماع بدعوهم للانضمام للنادي، يكونوا أعضاء إذا أحب. طيب، بمجرد ما يسجل عندي عضو جديد، كيف يمكنك الاعتناء به؟ طبعا من بداية لحظة إعلان أحد الضيوف رغبته في الانضمام إلى النادي، بنعمل مراسم التنصيب الرسمية. بعد ما بتنتهي المراسم بسلمه الكتيبات العضوية، وبخصص له مرشد لهذا العضو، وببين له دور المرشد بيكون إيه. بديله معلومات عن خطة النادي المتميز والبرامج التعليمية اللي موجودة في النادي اللي ممكن إن هو يستفيد منها. التوعية بمهام الأعضاء، يعني دايما أوعيه بدوره، بحيث إنه هو مطلوب منك إن أنت تدعو ضيوف للنادي. لازم تدفع الرسوم بتاعت العضوية في موعد المحدد. القيام بمهام أعضاء الهيئة الإدارية، أعرفه يعني إيه هيئة إدارية، إيه مهام كل دور من الأدوار، وأي دور من الأدوار اللي ممكن هو يترشح له، مواعيد الترشح وهكذا. وفي النهاية التواصل مع الأعضاء المنقطعين عن الحضور لتعريفهم أن غيابهم يترك فراغا. عضو غاب فترة، انقطع عن حضور اجتماعات النادي، أتصل به أقول له مكانك خالي وإحنا في انتظارك في أي وقت، وأعرف إيه الظروف اللي منعته من حضور هذه الاجتماعات، ونقول له إن إحنا في انتظار. أيضا من باب الألفة والتنوع والتواصل، إزاي أخلي اجتماعي اجتماع مشوق وممتع؟ طبعا بالترحيب بالضيوف، سواء كانوا أعضاء أو ضيوف غير توستماسترين. أنوع في بوفيه، في إعداد القاعة بتاعتي، في شكل القاعة، في شكل الاجتماع نفسه من باب التنوع. ممكن برضو أحضر اجتماعات لأندية أخرى بحيث أن أنا أطلع على أفكار جديدة. ممكن نعمل اجتماعات وأنشطة مشتركة بين الأندية، برضو نغير الجو الثابت بتاع النادي، ما يبقاش فيه تكرار، ما يبقاش فيه روتين في الاجتماعات. ممكن ننوع عن طريق اجتماعات مشتركة، أو نعمل فعاليات مشتركة مع أندية أخرى. ممكن برضو نعقد اجتماعات تعليمية ذات طابع ترفيهي، والحتة دي هنتكلم عنها بالتفصيل في الجزء الأخير من العرض ده. عمل فعاليات اجتماعية بصورة دورية مرتبطة بالأحداث، برضه هنتكلم عنها في الجزء الأخير. والتنوع في مكان عقد الاجتماعات. التخطيط للبرامج وتنظيم الاجتماعات. كيف تنظم الاجتماعات؟ بداية لازم يكون زي ما قلنا قبل كده الإعلان عن الأجندة في وقت مسبق، وتعريف الأعضاء بأدوارهم وكيفية تأديتها. بعدين بالنسبة للخطباء، إعداد الخطب بشكل جيد بحيث يحقق أهداف المشروع. طبعا كل خطبة بتكون بناء على مشروع في الكتيب اللي بعد منه الخطبة. لازم يكون في إعداد جيد أحقق أهداف المشروع ده، وأعقد اجتماعات بين العضو وبين المرشد. مهم إن أنا أركز عليها عشان العضو ممكن يكون ما عندهوش الخبرة الكافية إن هو يعد خطبته بشكل جيد، بالتالي المرشد ممكن يوضح له بعض الأمور. لازم طبعا التزام نائب رئيس الشؤون التعليمية بدوره، ومتابعة الأعضاء من حيث تقدمهم والبرامج التعليمية الموجودة في النادي. التخطيط المسبق الذي يحقق أهداف الأعضاء، دايما أبقى شايف إحنا واقفين فين عند في الخطة بتاعت النادي، وبناء عليها بنضع خطتنا. وأخيرا التزام الأعضاء بالحضور هو اللي بيحقق التقدم في تخطيط وتنظيم الاجتماعات. قوة العضوية. هل يوجد عدد كافي من الأعضاء في النادي لجعل الاجتماعات ممتعة وتدار بشكل جيد؟ طبعا بدون عدد كافي من الأعضاء لن يكون هناك متعة، ولن يكون هناك اجتماع توست ماستري. وبالتالي من القيم التوستماسترية اللي اتفقنا عليها، اللي هي النزاهة والاحترام والخدمة والتميز. التزام الأعضاء بقيم التوستماسترز، وذلك بحضورهم اجتماعات النادي، فعاليات المنطقة والقسم، أو حتى حضور المؤتمر القطاع اللي هو الديتاك، أو حتى المؤتمر الدولي توستماسترز انترناشونال في نهاية العام. ده برضو من ضمن التزامي بالحضور، وبيدي قوة للعضوية في النادي. برضو تعريف الأعضاء بخطة النادي المتميز، وإحنا واصلين فين في هذه الخطة وكم عدد النقاط اللي حققناها. بعدين إن معظم أعضاء النادي يحضروا معظم الاجتماعات، يعني يكون في عدد كافي من أعضاء النادي متواجدين في كل اجتماع، مما يحافظ على قوة العضوية في هذا النادي. وأخيرا التعريف بالإنجازات، كيف يعرف النادي عن إنجازات أعضائه. بداية عشان يكون في إنجاز لازم أسجل درجات تعليمية على الموقع الرسمي فور تحقيقه. بمجرد ما عندي عضو من أعضاء النادي حقق درجة تعليمية أسارع إلى تسجيلها على الموقع، ثم الإشادة والإعلان عنها أن العضو الفلاني حقق الدرجة الفلانية. الإعلان عن إنجازات الأعضاء ووضع مخطط يوضح تقدمهم وتحديثه دوريا، ده دور التعليمية. طبعا الشهادات اللي بتوصل، الأشرطة والهدايا التذكارية اللي بنقدمها في الاجتماعات، ده من باب برضو الإشادة أو التعريف بهذه الإنجازات. أنشر كل الإنجازات التي تم تحقيقها في وسائل التواصل الاجتماعي الخاصة بالنادي. التعرف على الإنجازات حتى ولو خارج النادي. عندي عضو من الأعضاء تخرج أو ترقى في وظيفته، أو رزق بطفل، أو تزوج، أو أيا كان الحدث الاجتماعي، من باب المشاركة أن أنا أعلن عن هذا الحدث. وممكن نعمل احتفالية بسيطة في النادي، أو حتى على مثلا على جروب واتساب، وسائل التواصل، أيا كانت الطريقة اللي بنحيي بيها، اللي بنشجع بيها بعض. ننتقل إلى نصائح وإرشادات. بداية الالتزام بالاجتماعات الدورية. الالتزام بالاجتماع لازم إن إحنا نجتمع بصفة دورية على الأقل مرتين في الشهر، وأبتعد تماما إن أنا ألغي الاجتماع لأي سبب من الأسباب، وخصوصا لو كان سبب الإلغاء هو عدم وجود حضور أو قلة الحضور. لو كان عندي عضو واحد، عضوين، أحاول إن أنا أحافظ على الالتزام بعقد الاجتماعات مرتين في الشهر وليس أقل من ذلك. إن اضطريت إن أنا أعمل اجتماع بأقل من 6 أعضاء، ده حيكون تحدي في حد ذاته، ولكن هو اللي يخليني أقدر إن أنا أستمر وأكمل وأصعد بالنادي. النصيحة الثانية اللي هي احترام الوقت. احترام الوقت إن أنا أبدأ في الموعد وأنهي في الموعد، اجتماع الموعد المعلن عنه. ده طبعا من باب الاحترام للأشخاص اللي حضروا في الموعد المحدد. وبرضه رسالة لطيفة إلى الجميع وإلى اللي تأخر، إنه هو الالتزام بالوقت ضرورة عشان نرتقي بمستوى النادي. النقطة الثالثة اللي هي تصوير الاجتماع بالفيديو. نحاول دايما إن اجتماعاتنا نصورها فيديو، بحيث يكون عندي مرجع، خصوصا للخطباء أو الناس اللي لهم أدوار على المنصة، وممكن تكون أدوار لأول مرة. كل واحد عايز يكون عنده مرجع يرجع له يشوف الأداء بتاعه كان عامل إزاي. ده طبعا يكون عندي مكتبة لفيديوهات الاجتماعات الخاصة بي. بالنسبة لاتباع الأجندة، الأجندة اتحطت عشان تنظم إجراءات الاجتماع. تنظيم الاجتماع، الرتم اللي بيمشي بيه الاجتماع بيكون عن طريق أجندة معدة مسبقا. طبعا نائب رئيس للشؤون التعليمية أعد الأجندة مسبقا، وبعد كده بيستلم عريف الاجتماع زمام الأمور، وهو اللي بيبدأ يطبق أدوار الأجندة. طبعا العريف بيكون قدامه تحدي كبير، بحيث حصل أي طارئ، نقص في عدد الخطباء، أحد الأدوار اعتذر في آخر لحظة، طبعا بيكون ده دور عريف الاجتماع إن هو يقوم بالتصرف في وقتها. ممكن يزود في وقت فقرة موضوعات الساحة أو أي تغيير هو شايفه مناسب عشان يحافظ على الأجندة. وطبعا بالنسبة للتقييم، الموازنة بين المجاملة والحقيقة، يعني ما يكونش تقييمي دايما مجامل أحسنت أبدعت وكده، ويكون مفيش إفادة للعضو اللي طلب مني التقييم. لازم يكون في موازنة أو دمج بين المجاملة والحقيقة. لازم أديله معلومات حقيقية بأسلوب راقي، بأسلوب مقبول، يتقبل مني ملاحظاتي، بحيث لو في نقاط بحاجة إلى تطوير أوجهها إليه بشكل من غير ما أخسر الشخص الأمامي. الارتجال، ودي ده كلام موجه إلى عريف الاجتماع حسب الجمهور والحالات الطارئة اللي بتحصل، هو يقدر يغير في شكل الاجتماع. ممكن بنغير في ترتيب فقرات الأجندة حسب الحاجة. ممكن نقدم مثلا فقرة موضوعات الساحة عن فقرة الخطب، أو نأخرها على حسب الموجود قدامي. بالنسبة لاستقبال الضيوف وتحيتهم، طبعا الضيف ده لازم أنا بعامله على أنه هو عضو محتمل. يعني احتمال الضيف اللي حضر عندي أكيد حضر عنده حب استطلاع أنه هو يعرف يعني إيه توست ماسترز، بالتالي لازم أستقبله استقبال يليق به. بعدين فقرة الأعمال ممكن تكون في بداية الاجتماع أو تكون في نهايته. طبعا يفضل أن هي تكون في نهاية الاجتماع. بتكون فيها إجراءات التوست ماسترية. إذا في أي طلبات يعلن عن الاجتماع، موعد الاجتماع القادم، موعد مسابقة النادي. إذا في حد عنده مقترح يتم مناقشته في فقرة الأعمال، لازم أتمسك بها في كل اجتماع. في النهاية برضو نصيحة مهمة أن أنا أدعو خطباء أو ناس تقوم بأدوار في الأجندة من خارج النادي للحفاظ على التنوع والبعد عن الروتين. في النهاية من المهم جدا أن تجرى اجتماعات ناجحة، حيث ينضم الأعضاء إلى الأندية المنظمة. دايما الأعضاء تنضم إلى النادي المنظم، ودايما الأعضاء الحاليون بيبقى في الأندية التي تعقد اجتماعات ممتعة ولكن محترفة. دايما أركز على الإعداد والتأكيد على الالتزام بالأدوار، حيث سترتقي اجتماعاتك إلى المستوى الثاني من الفاعلية. ننتقل إلى الجزء الأخير من هذا العرض، وهي شكل أو التنوع في الاجتماعات. عندي اجتماعات بنسميها اجتماعات ذات طابع خاص. طبعا البرزنتيشن ده كان قدمه توست ماسترز ألين، وحط فيه مجموعة من الأمثلة من يعني جولته التوست ماسترية. جمع لنا مجموعة من الصور ومن الفيديوهات. في البداية هنا محطوط عندي عبارة عن مثال لخطة تعليمية نادي. عندي يمكن 11 اجتماع مسبق معدين مسبقا، كل اجتماع له ثيم أو له طابع خاص به وله سمة خاصة به، وطبعا بناء عليه بحط خطتي وبحط أجندتي. هنشوف الأنواع الأساسية للاجتماعات. طبعا عريف الاجتماع هو المسؤول عن إضفاء أو إعطاء الطابع الخاص لكل اجتماع من الاجتماعات. بداية نتكلم على الاجتماعات التعليمية. الاجتماع التعليمي ممكن يكون اجتماع له هدف محدد. هدف محدد، مثلا أنا داخل على موسم المسابقات، وشايف عندي أعضاء النادي عندي مثلا في ضعف أو قصور في فقرة موضوعات الساحة، أو في الخطب الفكاهية مثلا، أو في التقييم. بالتالي أخصص اجتماع مخصص للتقييم، أو اجتماع كامل مخصص للخطب الفكاهية. يعني أطلب من الخطباء إعداد خطب فكاهية وإلقائها أمام أعضاء النادي والتدرب وتلقي الملاحظات والتقييمات. ده بتكون اجتماعات تعليمية النوع الأول. هنا عندي مثال، نادي ديزرت بايونيرز هنا في الكويت، عملوا اجتماع The Stand Up Comedians. طبعا هي الستاند اب كوميدي كان فقرة من 2 أو 3 دقائق، ولكن كتدريب على خطبة كاملة اللي هي الخطب الفكاهية، وزي ما احنا شايفين عدد الخطباء المشاركين. فده كان اجتماع تعليمي ولكن بهدف معين اللي هو الخطب الفكاهية. طبعا هنا ممكن عملنا شكل الإجراءات البرلمانية. حاسس إن عندي قصور في الإجراءات البرلمانية، مش عارفين إزاي نتبعها بشكل صحيح. موجود عندنا مثلا هنا في الصورة الدكتور محمد مخلوف قاعد بيتابع ويصحح الإجراءات البرلمانية الموجودة في هذا الاجتماع. ده أيضا يعتبر فقرة تعليمية في الاجتماع. هنا ممكن بنتكلم حاجة تعليمية عن الزراعة مثلا والتخضير في المنازل، وزي ما احنا شايفين كله ماسك نبتة أو كده هدية بياخدها لمجرد حضوره، وشايفين عدد الحضور موجود. يعني التنوع ده برضو يعني بيجلب عدد كبير من الحضور ومن الضيوف. النوع الثاني من أنواع الاجتماعات اللي هي الاجتماعات الاحتفالية. اجتماعات احتفالية بتكون بمناسبة معينة. دايما أكون ماشي مع يعني زي ما بيقولوا مع الوقت مع الزمن. إيه الواقع إيه اللي بيحصل حاليا وأنا بمشي معاه. هنا مثلا شايفين الشكل الاحتفالي. ناس كلها مبسوطة، ناس بتحتفل سواء بعيد ميلاد أو بحدث معين. بيكون في طابع خاص لهذا الاجتماع، تغيير عن الجو الروتيني للاجتماعات. ممكن برضو ده مثال دعوة لكل اللي عنده أطفال إن هو يجيبهم مع الاجتماع. طبعا ده ما بيحصلش في كل الاجتماعات، لأن عارفين ما بيبقاش فيه كنترول كافي لما يبقى فيه أطفال موجودين. بالتالي في اجتماع من الاجتماعات قاموا بدعوة الأطفال للحضور إلى هذا الاجتماع، وعملوا لهم فقرة خاصة في هذا الاجتماع من باب التنوع. عندي هنا من باب الاحتفالات برضو، بالاحتفال باليوم العالمي للمرأة لسه كان من فترة قريبة. ممكن أعمل الاجتماع بتاعي كله بطابع اليوم العالمي للمرأة ونتكلم عن هذا الحدث. ده طبعا احتفال كان اليوم الوطني. الأعياد الوطنية بنعرفين إن هي دايما بتكون أجازة، ففي بعض الأندية تفضل إن هي ما تلغيش اجتماعاتها في الأجازة دي، ولكن تقوم باجتماع احتفالي بهذه المناسبة. زي ما احنا شايفين الحاجات اللي لابسينها والرسومات اللي على الأوج وكده، شكل احتفالي في اجتماع توست ماستري. طبعا ده برضو من أشكال الاحتفالات. ده بمناسبة مرور 95 عام على تأسيس توست ماسترز. فبنجيب صور قديمة خالص من التوست ماسترز انترناشونال وبنحاول إن احنا نقلدها يعني. وطبعا قالوا لي إن اللي خلف الصور أو إن ما قبل الصور يعني كان في متعة أكبر بكتير من الصورة نفسها. الإعداد للصورة إنه هو يعملها بنفس الشكل ده طبعا بيدي جو ممتع في الاجتماع، أيضا من الأجواء الاحتفالية. ده طبعا في اجتماع The Pioneer Awards Night. هنا قرروا أن هم يكرموا الأعضاء المميزين. عضو مميز مش شرط أنه هو يكون في المسابقة. ممكن عضو مميز بحضوره، عضو مميز بالتزامه في دوره بمشاركته، مميز كمرشد. في النهاية ممكن كل فترة من الفترات في النادي أعمل اجتماع تكريمي أو حتى فقرة من اجتماع تكون تكريم لأعضاء مميزين من باب التشجيع. بعد كده ننتقل إلى النوع الثالث من الاجتماعات اللي هي اجتماعات ممتعة. أحيانا بنعمل اجتماع ممتع مش شرط إن هو يكون تعليمي لمجرد المتعة. زي ما احنا شايفين في يوم ده اجتماع من الاجتماعات، يلا يا جماعة كله يقوم بدور المافيا مثلا، كله لابس لبس المافيا يتقمص الدور، ويبقى ده الطابع العام لهذا الاجتماع. دور مثلا هنا باك تو 80s، عودة للثمانينات، كله يرجع لطفولته سواء في اللبس أو في الطريقة. برضو هنا يوم رياضي مثلا بنتكلم عن رياضات. من باب المتعة. هنا عملوا مهمة معينة، كشف جريمة معينة، وحطوا تم إعداد مكان النادي كأنه كرايم سين، ونبدأ نحقق ونشوف، والعضو المميز هو اللي يقدر يحصل على الجافل المفقودة. هنا برضو كان بمناسبة الهالوين، ممكن بنعمل بمناسبة رمضان، بمناسبة الأعياد، الجرجعان أحيانا. كل دي مناسبات ممكن إن إحنا نعمل اجتماعات ذات طابع خاص بيها. وأخيرا عندي الاجتماعات الخارجية. الاجتماعات الخارجية مش شرط إن هي تكون داخل القاعات، ممكن أكون على الشاطئ الخليج. ده مثلا كان ووكاثون، يعني زي ماراثون ولكن بطابع توست ماستري. أخذنا العلم، أخذوا العلم، عملوا اجتماع توست ماستري في الأجواء الخارجية. زي ما احنا شايفين هنا، ده عبارة عن مخيم أو استراحة، يعني شكل مختلف من أشكال الاجتماعات التوست ماسترز. هنا يوم رياضي، تنظيم مباراة لكرة القدم، والكل مشارك فيها بلا استثناء من باب التنوع.
Toastmaster Fawzy, you have
Yes.
another 2 minutes to wrap up your presentation. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. وطبعا ده من اقتراحات أحد الأعضاء، اللي هو إعادة التدوير. برضو ممكن نستغل طاقاتنا والعدد الموجود لحملات توعية من حيث إعادة تدوير المواد الأساسية والمخلفات اللي موجودة عندنا. كل ده الهدف منه التنويع وإضفاء جو من المتعة في الاجتماعات التوستماسترية، بحيث إن إحنا نستمر نحافظ على وجود الأعضاء الحاليين، ونساهم في يعني دعوة أعضاء جدد للانضمام إلى النادي. ده كان العرض السريع اللي قدمته إليكم. شكرا لحسن استماعكم. and back to you, Elena.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Ahmed Fawzy, for your presentation. I'm sure everyone benefited from your views and from the tips that were offered. I hope all the attendees and presenters are ready. We will now have the floor open for a Q&A session. Let me unmute the mics of all the presenters. And again, the presentations have been uploaded on the webinar as handouts. So you can go to the handouts section. There is the tab that you see on the left and download them before the webinar ends.
Hello.
Yes, Toastmaster Alka. I will now hand it over to you. Thank you.
Hi, Alina. Are we doing something?
Yes, the question and answer session is happening.
Sorry.
All right. When we wait for the question to be asked, I guess DTM Jahangir, you can give us some of the tips that you wanted to share with us.
Hello. Thank you, Alina.
Thank you.
Yeah. So if there is no question, then I would just like to go through the tips once again. We are not having any question at the moment. So the first tip which I was talking about, the commit to meet, there was a question which was asked recently in Bahrain Toastmasters group that is there any specific number for a club meeting to have in order to conduct a meeting, like 2 or 3 members? I believe DTM Alka can correct me if I'm wrong, but there is no such thing because in the initial stages in our club we had a meeting with 6 members. So we have to meet. Canceling the meeting gives a very wrong impression. I've seen many Toastmaster clubs do cancel the meeting because they are less than 10 members. So I believe canceling the meeting gives a very wrong impression. We shouldn't be canceling the meeting. We should be committed to meet.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you, DTM Jani. We should try not to cancel any meetings at any point of time because
Yes.
then we are not being fair to the members who are willing to attend the meeting, which is our regular meeting time. So I would like to ask the attendees if there are any questions. There is a question from Toastmasters Srinivas, our Area 29 director. Are there any guest packets, any updated version available? There are guest packets on the Toastmasters International website. There are many flyers. In fact, you can create your own guest packets. Most of the clubs should be doing that because they can customize it as per their club. They can add their club
Yeah.
names and their club meeting times. So, DTM
DTM
Jani,
Alka.
Alan, would you like to answer this one?
Yes, the customized gift packs are uh, really required, I would say. In my home club, we have a customized guest packet that is just for the club. It tells you about the history of the club. It tells you about the members' achievements. It tells you why they should join the same club, which they are visiting, which numbers to contact, which social media channel. So everything is customized along with the documents which are provided, the updated ones on the Toastmaster International website. You can use them along with that customized one will give a new touch to your work. So that's there.
Right. So do we have any other questions from anyone? I don't see any hands raised. So I believe our presenters were loud and clear about what their message. And thank you, DTM Jani, and thank you, Toastmaster Alan, and thank you, Toastmaster Ahmad, for doing a wonderful job as presenters today. Toastmaster Ahmad, I hope our Arabic audience would gain from your very clear presentation today. And
Thank you.
our presentations will be sent, the links and the presentations will be sent along with an email in a couple of days for all the attendees. I hope we can take some tips, benefit from these tips and make our meetings quality meetings. I do agree with DTM Jahangir that quality is more important than quantity. We have to maintain quality in all our meetings so that we can retain members and also attract new members. At the same time, attracting new members means quantity. So quality and quantity do go hand in hand. So let's do it. Let's make all our clubs healthy and strong. As we have said in the beginning of the year, let's be 2020 in 2020. With that, I would like to end this very useful webinar for all of you. And thank you to my presenters, and thanks Toastmaster Alina for doing a wonderful job as a moderator. Thank you all, and a good night.